Let me ask you a question. Why do you think you're here?
I guess I'm here because of all those excessive force write-ups.
Let me ask you another question. Did you shave this morning?
Yeah, so?
Who did you see when you looked in that mirror?
What kind of question is that?
It wasn't you, was it?
No. It was him.
Him.
My father. Hey, aren't we supposed to sit here for months before we get to this?
Do you want to sit here for months before we get to this? Your voice has been gone for about 3.5 weeks. Doctors say there's no infection. Nothing physical. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think you're here?
Same reason as last week. It was a shooting, and now we all got to run this mandatory BS shrink drill.
Enjoying those chips?
I am. I worked through lunch, so... I mean, how could you know what we go through out there when you're just sitting here in this office?
How could I?
I bet you've never even been punched in the face.
Do you think I should get punched in the face?
Every man has to.
You lost some time. You want to talk about the affair? The reverse tan line on your finger. You forgot to put your ring back on after you worked through lunch.
What's it take to make the time drop? All these kids who think they're quick on the draw, always shooting at outlaws. I'm busy keeping my cold cock. I'm gonna know you when you finally come, 'cause I got you in my mind's eye. I got you in my mind's eye. I've got you.
Yes, I need a balance in my retirement account.
That amount is $692.17.
$692.
And 17 cents.
You're talking to yourself. You were talking to yourself.
What was I saying?
You're saying you had to do something?
What was I saying I had to do?
No, you said I have to do something. That's what you said.
Have you ever been punched in the face?
No, of course not.
But you know every man has to get punched in the face.
Punched? In the face? Edgar, as your fellow therapist, I'm going to point out you appear to be in an extreme emotional place. The mistake most people make when in that place is to do something drastic. This is always a mistake. Drastic acts never have the intended consequences.
But I've got to do something. Don't I?
I didn't order a pizza.
Well, somebody here sure did.
Well, I'm the only one here, and I didn't order no damn pizza.
Is your name James Benton?
Yeah, I'm James Benton, but... Oh, damn. I know who you are.
We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Yeah, yeah. Keep smiling through. just like you always do. Till the blue skies chase the dark clouds far.
Hey, Sandra. They said I could. They told me go ahead and wait in here. So, how's business? Looks good. Is it good? I mean, it looks good. You do too. Look good, I mean.
What do you want?
I need a job.
I thought you had a job.
I need another job. I need money.
So do what everyone else does and work a little overtime.
There's no more overtime in the psychological services of the LAPD.
So try someplace that actually hires psychologists.
No one is hiring psychologists. It's odd because people are more troubled than ever, but the trouble is money.
You need money? Why do you need money?
Why does anyone need money?
I didn't ask why anyone needs money. I asked why you need money.
Mortgage, car payments, insurance, and I have a raccoon problem.
Okay, Edgar. You need money? I'll give you the money, but not a job.
I don't want you to give me the money. I want you to give me a job.
You're not listening, Edgar. You need money. I will give you money, but I will never give you a job.
It's very passive aggressive.
Is it? I could be aggressive if you want. And I don't believe you need the money because of a raccoon.
Ate all my wiring.
Even if it did, it'd take a lot more than that to get you in here.
Is your father around?
What, you're gonna show up here after 8 years and go over my head? Go on. He's right upstairs, but he spells no just like I do.
Okay, Eddie, you're hired. Welcome to the world of fugitive recovery.
I'll let you two have a moment.
I offered him the money. He didn't take it. Why are you doing this?
When a man comes to me and says he wants to be a man, then I'm gonna let him be a man.
Even if he ends up in a box.
I know you loved him, Sandy, but I always liked the kid. It's gonna be nice to have him around.
Nicholas, I was wondering if you could just...
Tell you exactly how this works? Well, let's say you get arrested and you make bail, but you can't afford your bail, which most people can't. You come to us. You give us 10% of the bail or property equal to. Now you blow off your court date, we're on the hook for the entire amount. So we come find you and remind you of your obligations. Jesus, Mason, you on your way out?
I want to find Darren Gibbs.
Darren Gibbs, meth cook and dealer, skipped out on a $275,000 bail. This is Edgar. You take him out with you. Make sure you bring him back. He and Sandy used to be married.
Qualified in automatics?
You mean guns? No.
What about semi-automatics?
No.
Knives?
No.
Hand-to-hand?
No.
Defensive driving?
Defensive driving? No.
Communications? Orienteering?
What are you qualified in?
Mostly talk therapy. Mostly.
Oh, for crap's sake.
Married? You? The two of you?
We are not talking about that. No one is talking about that.
That's Timmy. Timmy's Darren's best friend. Slips on the run aren't too smart, usually run to people that they know.
Times of stress, people return to their familiar. That's human nature.
Think Timmy's our Judas?
You're what?
Fugitive recovery rule number 1. Every fugitive has a Judas. Someone who will turn the skip in for love or money. The Judas is who you, the bounty hunter, need to find.
What's this?
Snacks.
Snacks.
You're the new guy. You stay here and you watch the snacks and you don't move from this spot. Got it?
century, flame out history. Netcast, server crash, don't know what you said to me. TV running, court low, caught up in the undertow. Pokey ho, okey doke, long as you don't wreck my flow.
Well, that's an excellent question.
There I go, why you gotta wreck my flow? Everybody gotta wreck my flow. Everybody trying to wreck my flow.
Rule number 2, never, never go anywhere alone.
I could have graduated high school. There was this teacher there who really liked me, but I stole her car, so...
Why do you think you did that?
Because I'm an idiot. Look at me. I don't even like rabbits.
Let's leave the judgments outside the car for now, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Timmy, you see that woman outside the window? Is she pointing her finger at me now? And now is she kind of motioning with her finger? Yeah, I remember that finger. I better get out of the car now.
What did I tell you? Did I tell you not to move? Did I say that?
Yes, you did, but he was getting away.
No, he wasn't. We slapped a GPS on the car. How do you think we found
It's
you?
very inventive.
Can you guess what I'm thinking right now?
Hostile fantasy? About me? We were talking about Darren.
Did you say where Darren might be?
Timmy said that Darren had been spending time in Echo Park, and he mentioned that during a meth binge last week.
We checked every park Darren's been known to deal from.
And Echo Park's not one of them.
It is now.
How did you get him to tell you that?
I just asked him a question.
Put someone on him. I want to know everywhere he goes.
Now what do we do?
Now? We wait.
Now we wait. Where? Oh, park, of course. Timmy told me about the park that Darren's been hanging out in. Like a stakeout? We're on a stakeout? Hey, wait up.
He's a lifelong criminal. Held up a mini mart when he was 10 years old.
Maybe he needed the money for a raccoon problem he was having.
Doc?
No, thanks. And I'm not a doctor. I'm a psychologist, not a psychiatrist. I'm the one that can't prescribe drugs.
Now, where's the fun in that?
Well, that's a question you can ask about almost all things, Edgar.
I thought you said you didn't want to talk about it.
I don't.
Because it sounded like you did. You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it.
Oh, now you want to talk about
Yes,
it?
now I want to talk
Well,
about it.
I don't want to talk
We can
about
talk
it.
about it if you want.
Okay, fine, Edgar. Talk about what? Talk about why we split up? Talk about how you could only deal with people when they're on your couch and you're behind your desk. Talk about how people were puzzles you needed to solve. Talk about how you lived in your office and I lived in the world.
Darren Gibbs. It's...
What are you doing in my park? How'd you trick him into talking, huh? You get up inside of his head?
What about your head? Darren, you're hitting the meth pretty hard.
You're a smart guy, aren't you?
No, not really. I just ask a lot of questions. Let me ask you one. What are you doing in this park?
I told you. This is my park. Now let me hear you say it.
This is your park, Darren.
get it from a puncture wound like that one on your hand. Turn around and drop them.
Darren Gibbs is self-medicating some serious issues.
Edgar? The entire prison system is packed with people who are self-medicating serious issues. That's not this job. We hunt them, we don't fix them. Say you understand the difference.
I searched the park. He's gone.
All right, well, let's get some sleep. Meet up back in the office in a few hours. I want Darren Gibbs and leg irons.
All-night stakeout. Probably should have cleared my schedule for sleep today.
I've been going over your file. You're one hell of a cop. Top of your class in the academy. 3 years on the job, already 2 commendations, no negative write-ups. You've always wanted to be a cop. Haven't you? That must be nice. To know what you want to be. Dana, if we don't find your voice, you have to leave the LAPD and stop being a cop. Is that what you want?
You get the money yet?
You're moonlighting as a bounty hunter
Fugitive recovery agent.
for your ex-wife.
With my ex-wife.
Are you happy, Edgar?
Are you happy, Richard?
Why shouldn't I be?
You don't want to get out of this office?
Edgar, I'm going to ask you a question now I sincerely hope that you've already asked yourself. Why are you really doing this?
This makes me very uncomfortable.
Is that Darren Gibbs? Where did you get this?
I talked to Darren's old girlfriend. There's a camera in her equipment bag.
Isn't that stealing?
Borrowing.
I hear a lot of married couples watch porn. To put the spice back.
Well, we never did.
Sure we did. Don't you remember that time we...
That time we what, Sandra? Because I don't remember whatever it is we whatted, and I think I would have remembered that what, Sandra?
Whoa, stop. Right there, zoom in. It's the Diamond Hitch Motel, Venice.
This makes me very uncomfortable.
Sandra, just tell me, who did you watch it with? And also, when did you watch it? I know it'd be helpful if you told me where you watched it, but the when is the big question. Was it when we were still married? And why did you tell me like that? Was it really a slip, or did you do it on purpose? Did you want me to know? Or did you do it to hurt me? Or did you do it to punish
If
yourself?
that's the view of the motel, then the window we were looking out of on the video must be right there.
Sandra, I should point out you're misdirecting some anger here.
Boss, maybe we should...
I'll pay for the door. Recovery agent! Who the hell are you?
Me? I'm Bob. Looks like you and me are the only 2 people in here without a gun. So if you want to go get one, I'll wait.
We're under contract with Breaky Bail Bonds, and we're looking for Darren Gibbs. We have the full authority of the law to pursue, detain, and return him to custody. Those of us carrying firearms are licensed in this state to do so.
Well, I'm not Darren Gibbs. So get your toy badges out of my face.
Who are you exactly?
I'm none of your damn business, that's who I am.
Edgar. Edgar?
Look at that now. Darren took the mirror down.
Probably doing lines off of it.
Probably. Mason, would you check the mirror in the bathroom for me?
Boss.
Angry knots in your shoelaces. You tie angry knots. Just this morning or all the time?
Edgar, stop talking now. Mason, what's the deal with the mirror in there?
Sincerely out of order.
Is it broken or is it covered up?
It's covered up. He painted over it.
What's that mean?
That could mean a lot of things.
Take a guess at one.
Well, if he smashed it, that would be rage, but he covered it over, so he doesn't want to see himself. Typically, people don't want to look at themselves because of something they've done or something they're about to do.
All that from now, huh? Edgar Float's PhD psychologist. Let's go, boys.
Get his plates and run him.
He took my card with him
I saw that.
to intimidate me.
Did it work?
I think it might have.
Let me just give you the money, Edgar. This isn't for you. This isn't your office. The people we deal with don't want your help. You say the wrong thing to these people and you're gonna get hurt. Just let me give you the money, please. It is about the money, isn't it, Edgar?
You ran the guy's plates. Mr. Floats, maybe you want to learn how to use a gun.
Rule number 3. You may not be the only person looking for your skip. Fellow running around town with your card, Eddie, is Bob Martin. Bob did 5 years maximum security back in the 80s and came out and went legit, except for all the money, guns, gambling, and extortion.
Hey, what's the top of the food chain guy like Bob Martin want with a low-life dirtbag like Darren Gibbs?
Well, if Darren goes back to jail, he's going for a long time, unless he's got something big to trade.
Bob is big.
So his fear of going back to jail causes Bob to tie angry knots.
Don't you start talking like him.
Darren said it was his park.
Drug dealers are very territorial.
Did you question anyone in that park?
Everyone who hangs out there.
And nobody there saw Darren dealing, did they? Darren doesn't go to that park to deal drugs. He's left that world.
In what world would he be in?
I don't know yet.
All right, let's get Darren Gibbs in the back of one of our SUVs, shall we?
What?
Eddie, with Bob in the mix, I'm afraid this is too dangerous for your first gig. There are over 10 million fugitives walking the streets of this country. Let's say we go find ourselves another one, okay? Guy who lives here, check fraud and identity theft. Missed his court date. Taken this dude in before, and he's a biter.
He's a what?
He's a biter, Edgar. He bites.
What's with the truck?
Biter's wife uses this Bronco to get to work. Right now, she needs it more than she needs her husband.
Have you ever been punched in the face?
Yeah. I have. Come on, Eddie. Let's go.
I don't think you're gonna get it.
You are a hallucination brought on by my internal unresolved issues reacting to pressure from sudden external stress. You don't exist.
What difference does that make?
Okay, to be clear, that's not you saying that. That's me saying that.
That's you saying what, Eddie?
Take him! Just leave me the truck!
You know, my daughter loves the guns, cuffs, and gear. But sometimes you just gotta get into their lives and everything kind of opens up.
Get into their lives and everything kind of opens up. Officer, can I come in? I'm just gonna come in. What aren't you telling me, officer? I know you're not telling me anything because you can't speak. And yes, I'm not supposed to be here. But I am here. So let's just go with it. Trembling hands, dilated pupils. But your drug test came back negative, so I'm just gonna go look in there. I'm not sleeping in the bed. Then where? You're not sleeping at all, are you? Why don't you want to sleep? You're afraid to sleep, aren't you? Dana, people are afraid to sleep because of what happens when they sleep, because of what happens when they dream. Dana, what's the dream you're afraid of? Okay. But I'm gonna have to take that gun with me. And you can get it at our next session. You're on desk duty, officer. Nobody needs to know. Now just hand me the gun.
She's not talking, which means she's unfit for duty. I need you to sign this form attesting to that. We need to clear this case.
And then she's not a cop anymore.
She's unfit for duty.
She spoke.
She did? What'd she say?
She said she was thirsty.
And then what happened?
I got her some water.
I'll be observing her next session.
Look, he's gonna get himself hurt. He's gonna get one of us hurt. I mean, your ex doesn't just show up asking for a job, does she? What?
Just can't see it.
How Edgar and I were ever married?
This is Jesus. It's that bunny. He's the Judas.
Darren's in Barstow. It's better for him, right? Bringing him in, I mean, it's the right thing.
Yes, it's the right thing. Tell me, Timmy, how did you find out where Darren is?
He called me.
On your cell?
Mm-hmm.
Can I see the number?
I left my cell phone at home. Ow, 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 ow.
Darren didn't really call you, did he? Who told you to send us to Barstow?
Some old dude.
In a really nice suit?
Yeah.
Bob. Why would Bob want us in Barstow?
He doesn't. He just doesn't want us here.
What's here?
Edgar.
Did you do something? Last time you were here, you said you had to do something. Did you?
I think I did.
Let me ask you a question. Why do you think you're here?
Should one of us be laying down for this? You know what I did today instead of working?
Mm-mm.
I drove around looking for you. I had my men do it too.
You had my card. You could have just called. Or emailed.
I wanted to make sure I talked to you, not your little friends.
Okay.
So how does this work?
How does what work?
Edgar Float's PhD psychology. How does it work?
How do you want it to work?
What's that stuff you said about my shoelaces?
You mean your anger?
Yeah. Whatever.
Okay. Bob, you are a powerful man. You have everything. Something is missing, isn't it? That is why you're angry. I don't think you're angry over the possibility of going back to jail, are you? No, those are feelings. You understand. It's more complicated than that. It's why you sent for me. Because you don't understand your feelings. Do you, Bob? You punched me in the face. This is good. Bob, this is good. This means that you're feeling something that you have to get out. But I think we should explore a nonviolent communication method. How about this? You, Bob, say anything you want, but say it without judgment. Do you want to say something about Darren Gibbs?
This was a mistake.
You okay?
Yes.
Edgar? You're fired. Saw some action. You happy now?
Yes. You know what? Yes. I am happy. I am very happy. Very happy.
I'm about to be late.
I can't get this pressure pouring out of my head. Can't get this pressure pouring out of my head. I feel it in work, you know I feel it in bed. I can't get this pressure pouring out of my head.
I got thrown out of a car. No. Not yet. Because first you stop talking, then you stop sleeping. In about 10 minutes, my boss will walk in here, and you'll stop being a cop. And then one day soon, you'll just stop. Do you want that, or do you want help? No, sorry. That won't work. You want my help? Then tell me your dream. Okay. We're done here. You can go. This is what you dream about? I remember this. He was mugged, right? About 6 weeks ago. They didn't find the killer. You know something about this? Did you kill this man? Was it an accident? Did he do something to you? Say it. Dana. Go ahead.
I'm a good cop.
But you're a lousy victim. She was on duty, working LAPD crowd, controlled a fundraiser. He was drunk. Grabbed her from behind. She pushed him. He wouldn't stop. She pushed him harder. He fell. He hit his head on a wall.
Then she stopped talking because...
That's the only way she knew how to ask for help. That was the only way she knew how to ask for help. It's my park. It's my park. It's my park.
Jeez, Edgar, what the hell are you doing here? I almost just shot you.
Maybe you can lower the towel. Did I say towel? I meant gun. Lower the towel. Then you'd be naked.
What do you want, Edgar?
The Darren Gibbs case. Fugitive recovery rule number 1.
What, you know who the Judas is?
I know why the Judas is. Never go anywhere alone. It's a rule. It's a good rule. I'm glad you didn't shoot me. For your sake, Sandra. The guilt would have been terrible. She's rolling her eyes, isn't she? I'm talking because I'm nervous. Sometimes people tend to talk when they're nervous. It's called logger.
Stop talking now.
Okay.
You have 30 seconds. Go.
I had a patient who didn't know how to ask for help. It got me thinking, sometimes people ask for help. We don't know they're asking for help because they don't know how to ask for help.
You seem nervous, Mr. Floats. Are you asking for help?
No, Darren Gibbs is asking you for help, but he doesn't know how.
You keep stepping further into my life. Are you sure that's the place you want to be?
He's in the world now.
Last time I asked you about Darren, you threw me from a car. It's a pretty strong reaction. Even for a guy like you. It's not business. That's personal. Darren says this is his park, but he's not dealing here. That's not business. That's personal. And this is your park, too. You have feelings for this place, don't you?
My feelings are, the next time I hit you, you're not going to get back up. Those are my feelings.
I took a look at Darren's juvie file. It turns out he grew up right over there when he was a kid, before his dad walked out on him. He comes back to this park looking for his dad. Darren follows in his father's footsteps, crime for crime. He's trying to get his father's attention. And when that doesn't work, what does he do?
Take your hand off me, Mr. Floats.
What does he do, Bob?
Gets himself hooked on meth, all right? Is that what you wanted to hear?
When you walked out on your boy, you were protecting him from your anger, weren't you? From what that anger could do to a child. Well, now you can protect him again.
You say he wants my help. I called him. Called him, but he won't come.
And did you tell him what he needs to hear? Bob, Darren is in the final stage of his addiction. He needs to be locked up, put in a program. And if you want to see your son live, tell him that you love him.
And what if that doesn't work?
Just tell him you'll meet him in the park.
Now you know me, Floats. Hope that works out okay for you. I need to tell you something.
6 billion backs against the wall. Now do we walk or run? This puzzle's falling into place once more around the sun. days were all so long. But if we don't do this, somebody else will.
Please. I don't want to. It's okay. I don't want to go.
$3 billion backs against the wall, a prayer for everyone.
Let me ask you a question, Edgar. Why are you really here?
Is that a file on me?
It is. Put it together when you first came in asking for a job. That's what we do. It's how we find people. That's how I found this. Patrolman Danny Wade. He was your patient?
Yes. He was.
Until about 2 months ago when he put his gun in his mouth. Is that why you're doing this?
Somebody else will. $1 billion backs against the wall, at least our feet were dry. I was an island to myself.
You can go now.
Passed me by. Remembering the things I did, I knew I would survive.
Okay, let's go.
But if we don't,
Come on, sweetie. Time for school.
somebody else will. If we don't do this,
Even as you track your fugitive, you leave your own trail as you go.
somebody else will.
Eddie?
There are 10 million fugitives on the streets of this country.
Why don't you drive?
Nobody else will. If we don't do this, nobody else will. Nobody else will.
Eddie, you gotta open the gate.
Right.
Those are the flashers.
Got it. That's the radio.